Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Dr. Alan W. Sugarman Sports Complex here in Fort Lee. The Bergen County Boys Soccer Coaches Association hosts a senior all-star game every year. The goal for this game is to give the top 44 players in Bergen County not only one last opportunity to play in the high school level, but more importantly, it also gives these players a chance to play and showcase their talents in front of college coaches. The Bergen County Boys Soccer Coaches Association also hosted a food drive. Players, coaches, and spectators helped donate bags of non-perishable food to help those less fortunate during this Thanksgiving season. And ladies and gentlemen, Jerry Lewis was an important figure in Bergen County sports. He has contributed to Bergen County Boys Soccer Coaches Association and started the Bergen County Soccer Tournament. He coached at Hackensack High School and Ramapo High School and was the president of the Referee Association and was also an assigner as well. We ask that you please have a moment of silence in remembrance of Jerry Lewis, one of the architects of Bergen County Soccer. Thank you. Now at this time, we ask that you all please rise and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem. Good evening, everyone, and welcome here to the Dr. Alan W. Sugarman Sports Complex. As today we will have for you the 2022 Bergen County Boys Soccer Coaches Association All-Star Game, as it's going to be a matchup between the gray and green teams here tonight. Hello, everyone. I'm Dan Long, joined alongside by my producer, Dimitri Nanis, and our camera operator, Andrew Park. We're so glad that he could join us as we're bringing you the sights and sounds courtesy of the Fort Lee Athletic Department's YouTube channel. So this is the second time that we're having the honor of broadcasting this game live and on demand for all you fans to enjoy, and it's really our last chance. We put a bow on the 2022 soccer season here in Bergen County and getting a chance to see some of the top-tier talent that this county has to offer in terms of soccer play. Gray team taking on the green team this year as they changed up the colors from a season ago, so it's going to be fun to get to see some familiar names that have been dominating throughout the Garden State this year. Bergen County has had two teams win sectional championships this season, Waldwick capturing the North 1 Group 1 title. Ramsey won the North 1 Group 2 sectional championship. And the Bergen County champions this year, varsity Ramapo. The JV tournament was won by Don Bosco Prep. And then we had co-champions at the freshman level between Glen Rock and Ramapo. Pascack Hills were crowned the champions of the 2022 Bergen Cup. So both teams go into their respective huddles and about to get underway here with another nice night of soccer. We've been lucky in terms of the weather. Around 50 degrees of the opening kickoff after some frigid conditions over the last week or so. Matt Bergen is going to be the head coach of the Gray team. He's the head coach from Glen Rock High School, led the Panthers to the NJIC Colonial Division title and a 16-3 overall record this season. And Chad Sejnowski is the head coach of the Green team, the head coach at Garfield High School, led the Boilermakers to a share of the NJIC American Division title and also advanced the Boilermakers to the North 1 Group 3 quarterfinals this year. So an honor for them as well to be manning the sidelines to the far side. As again, we're about to get underway here with the opening kickoff of this All-Star game. Nice night for soccer just before Thanksgiving tomorrow. Have a good crowd of supporters here. And again, what a great cause, not only to showcase these players, but also with a food drive to help those in need. As we are underway here from the Sugarman Sports Complex, as it's misplayed by the Green team out of bounds and will be possession and a throw in the offensive third of the field. Now for the Gray side. As Kevin Tellez, number 14, was trying to get to it. Tellez, who represents Tenafly High School. As we'll be trying to showcase all the players who enter into today's action, as well as some of their statistics from their accomplished senior seasons. Down the midfield goes Connor Morin of Bergen Catholic, number 12. Sends the ball long to the far side as Davis Lee of Dwight Englewood, number 21, was trying to track it down. Played up top, right at the feet of Tellez. Now venturing forward, the Gray team with a build-up. Trying to get an opportunity and skewered away in the far side by Nick Marino of Ramapo. A number of Ramapo players, the county champions, represented proudly on the Green team here today. Again, Ramapo finished the season ranked number 14 in New Jersey. Ramsey finished number 11. Bergen Catholic finished number 16. Those were the 3 top 20 ranked teams out of the county. Into the offensive box and popped free to the middle of the field. John the jockey for that possession to the far side. Now the Green team trying to get underneath it. William Roach was the one who was trying to get to it, number 15 from Pascack Hills. As that's now popped up to the near side, Andrew Dunn, number 12 in green, got that knocked away by Christian Hernandez of Ramsey, but stolen right back. Now over to the near side to Dunn, played at Demarest High School. Now trying to get to it, and the near side was Justin Rua, number 6 of Cliffside Park, and he gets bodied out of bounds. So much for this just being a simple all-star game. You can see the physical action right now between the two sides. That goes out of bounds for the near side throw-in. As Kevin McDonough of Ramapo, number 8, is getting set for the free kick to the near side. Again, just underway here, the start of the first half of this all-star game. Ball was left in front. That ricochets off the crossbar up top. William Roach was trying to get his account opened here in this all-star game. Roach, no stranger to scoring goals. 19 goals this season for Pascack Hills. And for his career, 22 tallies. As that's played over now to the near side and sent back out. Now right back in. Here comes the Green side, and they'll scoop it up, as this will have an opportunity now to be kicked long for the Gray side. Goalies tonight for Gray teams scheduled to be Kyle Tenza, Bergen Catholic, Lucas Morales of Ridgewood, and then on the Green team, Jonathan Catalan of Cliffside Park. So just had a great scoring opportunity for the Green side. Now foul in the midfield is going to be charged against the Gray team. It was just fun even to watch in the pregame warm-ups just before opening kickoff to see the shooting drills from these talented players and see the type of shots in the corners that these guys were sniping out relatively easily. You could see how much collective talent is here on this field tonight, and also how lucky we are throughout the course of the season to see how much talent is gathered throughout all of Bergen County. We know that there are going to be college coaches in attendance as well, trying to see if there's some diamonds in the rough that have not been taken away from the ranks of recruits so that they could add them to their college list and rosters for years to come as well. Ball was just played forward, but the back line stepped up, made the nice play just on the outer edges of the box after that first pass was from Tellez. Getting a foot to it was Vincent Tradici of Ramsey, number 13. And the platinum blonde hair look. Tradici, 14 goals for the Rams this season. As now it's going to be possession the other way, and looks like it's going to be a free kick opportunity upcoming here for the gray team. As we're coming up on 5 minutes gone by here to scoreless first half, as both teams getting their players set up on the far side of the field. So Bergen Catholic's Connor Morin will set up this delivery. Knocked away to the far side. A throw in the far side, and that's knocked out of bounds. Last touch off of the gray team. So it's going to be a throw in now for green. Take it into that far side. Now the delivery, and there's good counterattack opportunity down to the near side. Green team, though, was knocked off the ball as Dunn was trying to set himself to fire. Just couldn't get enough of a shooting lane. Good recovery defense. Long ball was intended for Tradici down the near sideline, but a little too long for him. Now to go out of bounds now for a throw-in. Jaden Onal, number 3 from Ramapo, will throw it back in. Stolen away. Kevin McDonough. Gets back to McDonough, trying to go diagonally with it to the far side. Initially was knocked down by the defensive Gray. Here comes a shot opportunity in the shooting lane. Good block in the play. There's a follow-up attempt, and that one is skewered away. Good save and goal. Initially, good defensive work. Felix Kuros Keller of Tenafly made a good stop, initially getting a deflection, and that shot went wide. And will go out for a goal kick. So Green has had the better of the scoring opportunities in the early goings here from the start of this first half. Again, along with acknowledging the start of this all-star game, before this game, a moment of silence was for Jerry Lewis, an architect of Bergen County soccer in his time. He started the Bergen County Soccer Tournament, was a coach at Hackensack and Ramapo, was the president of the Referee Association, and just passed away. So he's in our thoughts and prayers, and his family as well in this time of Thanksgiving. Pass went over to the far side. Chipped back up top and sent forward. Now by the defense to the near side as they look to break out with a counterattack. Larry Perry, number 19 of Hackensack, got the first touch on it. An opportunity going out of bounds. As Green breaks it up the field. First touch was to Justin Rua, number 6 of Cliffside Park. Couldn't settle it down at his feet. Now the midfield. Here's an opportunity breaking the other way. A shot in the near post side, just on the outside of the post. As that will go out of bounds for a goal kick, as that was Tradici of Ramsey trying to get a goal opportunity here to the near side. Tradici, 25 goals, 9 assists in his illustrious Ramsey career. His team winning another sectional championship this year, just coming up short of a state title in Group 2 play. So it looks like they might just be having a couple of subs coming off the field, and that's a bit of a delay. I think also they're trying to have a jersey put on the goalie so that he could have a different color from the rest of his team. You saw that on the gray side that the keeper had the penny on. So now they're trying to do that as well, just having kind of a hoodie just put on just to differentiate his color from the rest of his team. And there's some teamwork going on with a backline defender, too, helping his goalie get his shirt on and his sweatshirt. So, hey, you see something new each year in an all-star game. So now we're going to get back to the course of play with 31:59 left to go here in the first half. So Catalan was getting some help from his high school teammate as well, Kelvin Cavedo of Cliffside Park. Good recovery play to the near side by Dunn, as that's played out of bounds along the near sideline. So we just saw the best opportunity for Gray so far in this first half. Their shot was just out of bounds to the near post side, have had a crossbar hit on the other end by the green team. Now it's a long service down the near side. Look at that speed by Tradici, trying to track it down to the near side, and it's played out of bounds by Cavedo. It's got to be neat for these guys, too. Not only their last time playing here in high school in New Jersey, but playing at the same time as the World Cup is going on. You have a little bit of soccer fever going around these parts as it's played now into the back to Christian Hernandez. Hernandez playing it forward. Tellis was leaving it off to the near side. Tradici now the diagonal ball. That was on a line. If that wasn't headed away by MJ Dungo, that was going to be potentially a header finish. Creativity now starting to show here with this Gray offense. Winning back the possession. Over to the near side. There's a shot and a diving save made over to the near post side. So now Gray has started to pick things up after as the early moments of this game were dominated by the green side. Trying to wait for that bounce to come down was Roach. Here's MJ Dungo of Ramapo. Playing it wide. Now service into the box. Headed forward, though, by Hernandez. A little bit of contact there. That'll elicit the whistle. And it's going to be a free kick upcoming now for Gray. 29:48 and counting left to go here in the first half. Thanks for joining us here, courtesy of the Fort Lee Athletic Department and their athletic department's YouTube channel, where they are the home of the Bridgemen throughout the course of the entire school year with all different broadcast opportunities. Nice ball right down the middle of the field. Lasheng setting it over to the far side. Now Green playing it long to the far side. Here's a centering ball and good defensive work there inside. Kiros Keller getting a header on it. Off the delivery attempt by Dungo to the far side. As Green will play it back in their defensive end. Stolen away. Pass leads to a potential breakout. Good recovery there. Onal was the one who erased that opportunity as Tradici was breaking towards the open net. Settled down at around the 35-yard line. Now the ball trying to be fit into a small window down the near side. Couple of defenders combine to then commit the foul, so it's going to be a free kick earned right outside the box by the Gray team. So a good opportunity now presenting itself after that work was done by Kevin Telez. Tenafly Tigers looked good here early on in this all-star game. Free kick to the near side. Trying to load up on that far post side and piggybacking off the top of a defender inside. It's going to be a foul, and it's going to be the kick going the other way now for Green. Trying to pop it forward, Justin Rua. Getting it down to Roach. Roach taking it to the near corner side. That gets parried away out of bounds by Kiros Keller. It'll be a throw-in just to the side of the corner flag. A throw-in, and almost had a recipient on the other end of that throw-in. As a player was trying to get his head down, just couldn't connect with the ball. As there was a juicy opening on that far post side, and just couldn't get to it was Andrew Dunn in time. Outstanding throw-in there by Justin Rua. Stepping up, now Gray trying to clear it out of its own end. Now Green has started to recapture a little bit of the momentum here, and a diving save made in goal. As once again, it's good work there for the Gray team defensively. They'll try to break it out down to the near side. Larry Perry, number 19, had it initially in the near side, was trying to feed it back to the centered spot, and that got procured out of bounds, and now it's going to be a goal kick upcoming for Green. As they'll boot it long down to the far side. That's a little too long as it goes out of bounds. Gray will play it backwards as Morin will play it to his defense. Pass intercepted near the midfield. Good hustle and a late challenge, though. Trying to see if everybody's okay. Again, good sportsmanship there as it was Larry Perry taking out Justin Rua. Despite this being an all-star game, you can see the competitive nature of all these players. They want to compete at the highest level. They want to showcase themselves and go out on top here in the college level, or the high school level, I should say. So it wasn't a dirty play, but it's definitely not just allowing anybody free entry. There's a header attempt in the run, and that's cleared away to the near side defensively. Good to see that Justin Rua was okay. Once again, the defender was the one who actually headed it out of play by Felix Quiros-Keller. 6 goals, 3 assists, 15 points on the season for the Tenafly Tiger. That'll surrender a corner in the near side corner flag. Pinballs around in the box. Good exit out of the zone on the far side with speed. Here comes Gray now in the open field on the counter. Kind of stepping over the ball there was Tellez. Gets dispossessed. Now stepping up the back line is Gray again trying to go with the 1-2. As that was Quiros-Keller coming off his back line. Gray will run to it here as that's Christian Hernandez of Ramsey. Hernandez now getting it up top. Tradici. Jockeying for possession in the midfield. Green takes it away. Now they look to break out. Through ball to the far side. Getting a touch of that briefly was Caden Chan. Local boy here from Fort Lee. Chan, who we've had the honor of covering throughout our broadcast the last couple of seasons here on YouTube. Number 9 in green. 8 goals, 8 assists this past senior season for Chan. Finished his career with 63 points for the Bridgemen. Played forward. Green will settle it down with Roach. Drawing the double team, though. Taken away to the near side. Last touch out of bounds off of Green, so it's going to be possession and a throw-in here for Daniel Perdomo. Perdomo, part of that Waldwick team that advanced all the way to the state finals. Champions of North 1 Group 1 Sectional. Perdomo, 20 goals on the season for Waldwick. Trying to get a piece of that. Colo Bongiorno of Tenafly, number 7 in gray. He'll now leave it back for another teammate to throw in. Giorno getting a touch of it. Playing it over to the near side to Perdomo. Morin, part of a Bergen Catholic team that advanced to the sectional final against Seton Hall Prep. Had an outstanding season that saw them capture the United Division Championship in the Big North. Sent down to the near side and will be a throw-in now for Gray. Played over to the near side, now stolen away, as Green will send it long. Gray just leaving back to the keeper. As now play has kind of shifted down just a little bit. More 50-50 fights for possession in the midfield. Not a lot of scoring opportunities now as these teams settle in defensively. Now the near side flank. Centering ball and punched away near post side, as that was going to be potentially dangerous, and that was ruled to be out of bounds already, so it's going to be going out for a goal kick. Wholesale changes now going to be made for both teams as start to see the substitutes who began this game on the bench coming onto the field for the first time as we're around the midway point of this first half. 20:54 left to go here in the first half of play of this, the 2022 Bergen County Boys Soccer Coaches Association All-Star Game. Gray team versus the green team. So glad that you could join us here from Fort Lee High School's Sugarman Sports Complex. Dan Long, Andrew Park, Dimitri Nanis once again on the call here on the Fort Lee Athletics YouTube channel. Kyle Tenza, the keeper from Bergen Catholic, 101 saves on the season. Finished his career for the Crusaders, 255 saves. See Lucas Morales as well tonight for the Gray side. Goalie from Ridgewood, 118 saves this season for the Maroons. 238 stops for his illustrious career. As Gray tries to steal it back in the midfield. First time with a touch, Alex Manziano of Waldwick, number 16 in Gray. Manziano, 13 goals, 16 assists on the season for the sectional champs from Waldwick. Here's a shot from distance, and that was a tough one. That was an in-between shot. Kind of came right at the feet and had to be parried away. Good job of not giving up the juicy rebound right in front as well. Getting a touch of it before was Alex Hilowatz, number 20 in Gray. And Hilowatz is the leading goal scorer for every player here in this game. Just mind-boggling. 36 goal season with 9 assists for Elmwood Park. Led the Crusaders to 81 points on the year. He had 10 career goals coming into his senior campaign. And talk about making the most of your senior season. 36 goals, 9 assists for 81 points. Finishes with over 109 points in his career. That shot from distance, measured up by the keeper, goes wide of the mark and will go out for a goal kick. So again, it's just the fun nature of these all-star games to finally get to see the talent that maybe you've read about or heard about throughout the season getting to be on the same field together at the same time and getting a chance to see players from the Big North Conference, seeing from the NJIC as well, playing on the same field representing all of Bergen County. That pass a little too long down the near side. Let it go out of bounds now for a throw-in in the defensive third for Gray. 19 minutes and counting left to go here in the first half. Still scoreless in this all-star game. We had a couple tallies last year, including from Fort Lee's Timofey Strelli getting on the board in what was his last high school game here in his home field. Two different Bridgman players representing Fort Lee here today. We already mentioned number 9, Caden Chan for the green team. Enzo Yu also on the green team. He was the leading goal scorer this year for Fort Lee. Right in midfield in front of us. In the broadcast booth area. Played over to the far side. As Jonathan Hunal, number 18, was playing that ball from the near sideline to the far side. Hunal, number 18, represents Fairlawn. Back to the keeper. Gray starting to bring a little pressure right up the middle. And Giorno sending it over to the far side. A header attempt and just missed the mark. That'll be an opportunity to the near side as Gray trying to set up a corner kick quickly. They take it quickly. Right down the near side, trying to fit that inside the give and go and the finish. And Gray will get on the board first. As we'll see with who the recipient is of that goal. Just trying to wait and see once they turn their back enough. Seeing a little congratulations. So Gray gets on the board first. That is a 1-0 advantage now. With 17:36 left to go in the first half of play. So there was a log jam of players right in front of the nets, and then it was just poked home on kind of a rebound finish. Looks like it might have been Zach Spence, number 10. I believe that was the player on the far side who was credited with the goal. Senior from Glen Rock High School. Spence 15 goals, 6 assists on the season for the Panthers. 23 goals in his illustrious career. So just over 17 minutes left to go in the first, and we have our first goal of this 2022 All-Star Game. Now Green trying to respond with a tying goal here. They trying to operate in the offensive end with Dungo to the far side. Knocked out of bounds in the far sideline. It'll be a throw-in. Again, just like any other high school game, it's going to be 2 40-minute halves. Good crowd assembled here, and again, thankfully, good weather, too. Ice cold weather with the cold winds as well over the course of the weekend. Soccer season ended the previous week. Championship games for the boys being played at Franklin High School. For the girls' finals, they were at Kane University in Union. And now this one is putting a bow on officially the 2022 soccer season here in Bergen County at Fort Lee here tonight. For everyone tuning in, I hope you and yours have a healthy and enjoyable Thanksgiving holiday. The free kick now set up to the near side. The two-man wall setting up to defend it with Gray. McDonough, service over to the far side. Stepping up, taking the shot and not missing by much. That was an aggressive take. Coming from the back line and just missed over to the near side after Dino Radoncic of Ridgefield took that shot opportunity. Number 19 in green, Radoncic. He found the back of the net 23 times this season for Ridgefield. 23 goals, 8 assists for 54 points. And talk about these eye-popping numbers for number 19, Radoncic. He finished his career 54 goals, 28 assists for 136 points. That is a lot of points in high school soccer. So a foul whistled against Gray here to the near side, and it's going to be another set piece as they look to level the score. Set piece going to be taken to the near side. Matt Marinich, number 14 of Demarest, getting set to kick this one off. Again, a two-man wall in front of him. Marinich 2 goals, 7 assists on the season, so he was a facilitator for his team. Curls that offering to the far post side. Comes out, but again, a low shot, scooped up, handled nicely. That led down the near side, and here comes the counterattack for the gray team, trying to add to their 1-0 lead. Back heeled over to the far side. Lost away as they couldn't get it to the feet of Dan Geltrude, number 17, the Rutherford senior. Couldn't get to it in time. Now Green with a breakout. Rocky Russo, number 17. Russo of St. Joe's Regional. Chip shot attempt goes high. The mark goes to the backstop, and that'll go out for a goal kick. To the far side it goes. It'll be last touch out of bounds, and will be once again Gray with the possession. Under 13 minutes left to go in this first half. We've only seen 1 goal. We've hit a couple of posts, had a couple of nice saves as well, and been another fun night of soccer honoring all these 44 members of the senior class here in Bergen County Soccer. As that delivery is sent down, headed down to the midfield. Now Green with the counterattack. Over to the near side it goes to Russo. Russo trying to get around his defender, as that was Hunal who was defending against him. Rocky Russo, 7 goals, 4 assists for 18 points for the Green Knights of St. Joe's Regional this year, as that'll go out for a corner kick to the near side. Break out to the near side as Gray was trying to get to it in time. As that is popped up. Now Green team now offering from outside the box, trying to get to it. Over to the near side. Good defensive work by Gray as they bring it out to the midfield. Got it to Owen Newbarts, number 9 of Glenrock. Try to go wide with it to the far side. Trying to track it down was the goal scorer, number 10, Zach Spence. As that goes wide with it to the far side.
Great team goal scored by number 10, Zach Spence.
Chipped into the box, cleared away to the near side. Played up top now. Newbart tries to get to it. Weaves his way around the defensive work. Trying to defend against him was Cameron Raymond, number 21. Raymond of Creskill. As that's played out of bounds to the near side, will be a throw-in now for Perdomo and Gray. As we are approaching quickly the final 10 minutes of the first half. Played inside the box with back to goal, back heel attempt. Good pass and a deflected shot off of Green last. That was nice work inside tight quarters as the ball was left back to Geltrude as Dan Geltrude was trying to get a shot at the near post side. Good defensive recovery there by Green. Last time Gray had a corner on this near side, they took it short. This time they will loft it in the air to the far post side, looking for a recipient on the other end, but then caught once again by Green. Again, Kyle Tenza, Lucas Morales, the 2 keepers here tonight for Gray. Jonathan Catalan of Green on the other side. Now a breakout the other way. A chip shot just up and over the crossbar as Green was so close to tying up this score with under 10 minutes left to go in the first half. In the blink of an eye, that delivery went down the other side of the field, and that almost had a placement just underneath the crossbar. That was Jonathan Matthew, number 16 of Pascack Hills, who took that shot attempt. Matthew had 10 goals, 9 assists for 29 points for Pascack Hills this season. Doncic playing it forward. Rinich now getting it over to the far side. Chip shot attempts, and again, nothing going through. Good goalie work so far in this first half for Gray. Trying to get it over to the near side. Watts, again, the 36 goal scorer this season for Elmwood Park. It's the striker up top. As that goes wide to the far side, 8:45 and counting remaining here in the first half. Again, if you're just joining us, you're watching coverage of the Bergen County Boys Soccer Coaches Association's All-Star Game for the seniors. 44 seniors getting a chance to be honored as part of this All-Star Game. Centering ball still loose in front. There's a header attempt, and Catalan getting just enough to catch it himself. Illowatts was close to scoring yet another goal this season. Most goals scored in Bergen County this year for number 20 in Gray, and nearly had another one. Catalan did a good job of denying him. And again, not only is the great part about this game getting a chance for one final high school game for these players, but also the food drive associated and connected to this event. That players, coaches, spectators asked to donate bags of non-perishable food to help those who are less fortunate in this time of Thanksgiving. Just another great job that the coaches do here in Bergen County Soccer to raise awareness to help those less fortunate. Played over to the far side. 7.5 minutes left to go in the first half. Only goal so far has been Zach Spence's tally off a rebound finish in front. Gray takes the shot, and that gets pumped into the hands, and another good save there for Gray. Deflected defensively by Gray, as now they try to get it out of their own zone. Green has had more of the shot opportunities in this first half, but a number of them from distance, so maybe not the most challenging opportunities. Still, they were close to being the ones that open up the scoring account. Less than 5 minutes into the start of this All-Star game, they rang one right off the crossbar. Played over to the near side. Perdomo getting it up down the near sideline. Perdomo shifting gears and trying to plead his case was Rocky Russo, but instead, possession will stay with Gray. 6:20 left to go here in the first half. Over to the near side. Perdomo again winning the throw-in. Looking for an outlet, gets it back up top. They'll play it to Perdomo's feet down to the near side. Perdomo weaving around one of the defenders. Left the ball behind just near the end line. Kept in play, though, by Green. Comes out in space. Here's an opportunity. Geltrud takes the shot and scores! Dan Geltrud, number 17 of Rutherford, gets the goal. And Gray doubles its lead to 2-0. Dan Geltrud, 10 goals on the season, now has a goal here in the Senior All-Star game. So the Rutherford Bulldog joining the likes of Zach Spence, the Glen Rock Panther, of scoring a goal here today. With 5:45 left to go here in the first half. So Gray doubles their advantage now, leading by 2. As Green has produced consistent shot opportunities and put the pressure on Gray throughout. But it's been Gray who have been the ones who have been able to produce goals that have found the back of the net so far here in this first half. As we approach the final 5 minutes of our first 40 here. Green looking to provide an offensive spark of their own. Radoncic, the top of the box, turns and fires and takes that shot again. Just elevated just a little too high off the foot there of Kevin McDonough. as that went up and over the crossbar. Played over to the far side is McDonough. Now Green looking to enter, but Gray takes it away.
Great team goal scored by number 17, Dan Geltrude.
Now playing it up top into the offensive end. Gray once again trying to attack here late in the first half. Perdomo, great on the ball, just dispossessed though. Recovery defense by Green as the Green team looks to go long with it. Pass from Nick Marino. Marino charging down, takes it from distance, and that one went up and over the fencing outside the Sugarman Sports Complex. Onto the street behind the fields, also went through the football uprights. 3:35 left to go here in the first half. We'll go out for a goal kick. As they'll boot that one. And now sent over to the near side. Green again charging down the field, knowing time is of the essence, wanting to score here before halftime. That one might have been a save, and then it ricocheted off the crossbar as that'll go out now for a corner kick. And Green is getting so close to their first goal of this All-Star game. Outstanding save made by the Gray team. So a corner kick upcoming now to the near side for Green. 2:50 and counting. Left to go here before halftime. McDonough with the service. Far post side. Headed over to the far side and knocked out wide. Played back now. Chipped forward, a nice save there made by Gray as well. So we had some great saves here so far in the first half. As Gray, once again, doing a good job of keeping this a 2-0 lead as we're coming up in the final 2 minutes. But Green has been coming closer and closer, especially with their elevated shots that have just hit off of 2 crossbars in this first half. Offering from up top, blocked away, chipped out of harm's way to the far side. That'll be another corner, surrender to Green. So Green has really been pushing the effort offensively here after surrendering their second goal of the first half. Trying to cut this deficit in half just before halftime as we come up with the final 90 seconds of the first half of play. Thanks again for joining us here on YouTube. Great night honoring the coaches, players, and the fans and families associated with Bergen County soccer here tonight. Once again, that's going to be headed out of harm's way defensively by Gray. One minute left to go. It's going to be a corner taken in the far side again. Punched away to the near side. As Tenza getting to it. Apologies, any misidentifications for the keepers. It's tough when they have the pennies over their jersey numbers, but I believe that's Kyle Tenza of Bergen Catholic, who's made a couple of great saves. Also have Lucas Morales, who's on the roster for the Gray team. Jonathan Catalan has been doing the job at the other goal, representing Cliffside Park for the Green side. 20 seconds left to go. Goals by Zach Spence and Dan Geltrude have been the 2 tallies that have been the difference so far in this first half as we're about to run out the first 40 minutes of play. It's been a fun first 40 minutes here, so stick around as we'll be back for the start of the second half. At halftime, it's the gray team on top of the green team as you're watching coverage of the 2022 Bergen County Boys Soccer Coaches Association Senior All-Star Game here on YouTube, courtesy of the Fort Lee Athletic Department. Welcome back, everybody, here for the start of the second half as the gray team on top of the green team by a score of 2-0 here at the Sugarman Sports Complex in beautiful Fort Lee, New Jersey. Dan Long joined alongside by Dimitri Nanis and Andrew Park doing the dirty work on the camera up top, braving the elements in here. So we are happy to bring you our final broadcast of high school soccer in this 2022 season. We've been able to bring you the sights and sounds throughout the course of the regular season here for the Bridgman girls and boys soccer teams. And now getting a chance once again for our second consecutive year to give a spotlight to some of the top assembled talent of soccer here in Bergen County. Again, this game features the top 44 senior soccer players in Bergen County. Gives them an opportunity to play one final game while also showcasing their talents in front of potential college coaches. 2 goals in that first half. Zach Spence, number 10 for Gray, and Dan Geltrude, number 17 for Gray. Green has had their opportunities, but they were not able to solve Kyle Tenza in that first half. New goalie is going to be Lucas Morales in goal for Gray, representing Ridgewood. Nice night here in Bergen County in the lower 50s at the start of kickoff. Played over to the near side, and I think that's the first offsides we've seen all game as well, as they were trying to have a play down the near sideline for Gray. Breaking out down the near side is Dungo. Dushang, number 4, had played it wide. So a couple of Ramapo Raiders getting a touch of the ball. Ramapo once again claiming their hardware as the champions of Bergen County this year. With the varsity tournament, Don Bosco Prep hoisted the hardware in the JV tournament, and then Glenrock and Ramapo both were co-champions in the freshman level. Played over to the near side. Good anticipation on defense to the near side by the green team. And Nick Marino of Ramapo. Pascack Hills are the 2022 Bergen Cup champions. Waldwick and Ramsey each were Bergen County teams that eventually were crowned sectional champions this year. And 3 teams from Bergen County eventually finished ranked in the state's top 20. Ramsey, the highest ranking team, number 11 overall in New Jersey. Ramapo finished ranked number 14, and Bergen Catholic finished ranked number 16. Lead over to the far side, as Gray will get to it now. Hard challenge from behind, so it's going to be a foul whistled against Jaden O'Neill. Free kick upcoming now just outside the 40-yard line for Gray. Headed out in space is Catalan is still in goal for Gray. Was listed as the only goalie so far here tonight. Now taken away briefly by Jonathan Matthew, number 16 in green. Now played over to Rocky Russo, number 17. Russo, good ball leading to the far side. Just didn't have a runner underneath it, as Dunn was the closest man there, but it was a good idea there by Russo. Quickly, with no hesitation, had a beautiful diagonal ball in space, but again, no runner at the end of it for Green, who are still in search of their first goal of the day. As Morales will get a boot into it. And 238 career saves as the keeper for Ridgewood. Now to the near side, stolen away by Javier Torres. Torres of Bergen Catholic. 18 goals, 3 assists this season for the Crusaders. Chested down, Torres takes it, fires it, deflected before it could get on goal. Great recovery defensive work in the scoring area for Green. As that is played out of bounds and will be possession signaled for Green. As we're just 4 minutes into the start of the second half already, an exciting start to this one, picking up right where it left off after a brief halftime intermission. Headed forward there by Alex Manziano, number 16 in gray. Now played backwards. Kiros Keller of Tenafly back to his keeper. Want to get to it, and then a foul whistled as just a pull of the jersey will set up a free kick as Connor Morin will once again handle this free kick. Well, Morin looked for his teammate Torres of Bergen Catholic in the far side. He took his offering in that far post side, just went out of bounds. So it's been great to see every one of the players getting a chance to play already in this game, as we saw liberal substitutions going on kind of through the midway point of that second part of the first half. Around the 20-minute mark, we start to see a lot of different players get their playing time. And Ziano playing it to the near side to Davis Lee, number 21. Lee of Dwight Englewood, 16 goals, 3 assists on the season for number 21 in gray. Long ball down the far side to Roach. That'll go out of bounds, and I'm going to say it's going to be last touch the way that it's maneuvering up the field. Last touch off the defense, so it's going to be a corner kick awarded to Green on the far side. So will the Green team open their account here on this set piece? Header attempt. And that went through the goalposts, so the football goalpost here as Dushang was trying to get his head accurately on it. Again, Dushang, 5 goals, 3 assists on the season. For a Rampo side, well represented here today. 5 different Rampo players on the Green team. Again, once again, champions of Bergen County. The most team championships in the boys tournament history. Now it's going to be a throw-in the far side for the Green side. 6.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Again, 2 goals here today for Gray. Green has hit a couple of crossbars. They've gotten close, trying to break down that door. Knocked away. Now up top to Russo. Russo feeding the entry into Kevin McDonough. Green going wide with it, popping it straight up in the air. Deflected, last touch off of Gray will be another corner kick for the Green team. Chad Shadnotsky, again, is the head coach of Green team. He's of Garfield High School, and Matt Beverin is the head coach of the Gray team representing Glen Rock. Corner run taken to the near side as that's played out of bounds to the far side. And that'll go out for a goal kick.
Drawing for 50-50, the total winnings was 220. The winner would get 110. So please take out your numbers, your tickets for the 50-50. Winning number 6, 3, 1, 5, 7, 8. Once again, 6, 3, 1, 5, 7, 8. If you have the winning ticket, please come to the press box.
Played over to the far side as now Morin will get to it in the midfield for Gray. Leave it back as he gets hounded on the play by McDonough. Morin with the back heel, left that behind an open space, and defensively Gray now on its heels a little bit. Green starting to really win that possession in the 50-50 opportunities in the midfield. Getting bumped from behind, and now a late whistle, and it looks like it's going to be a free kick awarded to Green. Again, this is a rarity that you see here tonight compared to other All-Star games. Guys mixing it up a little bit, getting physical like it's a normal game. Love the competitive fire between these seniors. And now this is going to be a set-piece opportunity just outside the box for Green. We'll see who's going to be orchestrating this set service. Right now, 2 different players, Goal Tu Shang and Kevin McDonough, a pair of Ramapo Raiders. Getting ready here. Looks like it might be McDonough. McDonough takes it off of the 4-man wall. That bounces its way to the far side, and Morales will come off his line to make sure that that does not deflect out of bounds for a corner. He'll outlet it down to the near side. Ducheng getting it up top now to Jonathan Matthew. Matthew had a great opportunity earlier in this game that hit off of the crossbar, but again, Kyle Tenza was outstanding in that entire first half for Gray. Had a clean sheet through the first 40 minutes. As we're coming up on 10 minutes gone by here in the start of the second half. Ball played over to the near side to Marino. Gray just gets to it in time and wins the foot race. As they pop it forward. Morin trying to send that one long to the middle of the field. Header attempt by Torres and a nice diving save by Catalan. So that was a Bergen Catholic connection there as Morin quickly fired it downfield, wasting little time to find his teammate Javier Torres. Torres' 24 career goals for the Crusaders, nearly found his first here in the All-Star game. Catalan doing a good job on the other side of keeping this just a 2-goal deficit for Green. They have an opportunity. That one slithered dangerously in front. But there's no opportunity just to pounce in front of it, and then that went out of bounds to the near side. That was tantalizingly close to an opportunity for just a simple tap-in front of the goal. Great pass on the far side, and was cutting out in front was Russo. Just couldn't get to it in time. Morin will play it backwards. Now to the near side it goes, Manziano. Trying to settle it down was Lee. Lee fighting through a host of defenders. And now Green will play it all the way back to their keeper. Green to the near side. Let go up top to Ducheng. Now on the far side, it's Matthew. Headed forward, Quiros Keller. Felix Quiros Keller of Tenafly has been doing a nice job as a center back for the Gray team here today. Here's a shot from distance, a little ambitious, going out of bounds to the near side. That'll go out for a goal kick. Played back to the keeper as Morales will send that one long. Headed forward, though, by Tellez. Right at the top of the box now, settled down. Here's Russo, maneuvering his way, getting a shot opportunity, falling away, and that took a little of velocity off the shot that allowed Morales to easily secure that one. But again, Green has started to flip the field in their favor. They're trailing by 2. And now a late challenge. That's going to be a clip and a foul whistled against Green. Everyone seems to be okay, as getting fouled that time was Connor Morin. Morin finished his BC career, 11 goals and 11 assists. To the near side, left behind by Lee. That one is deflected after the service went long, and that's knocked down. Catalan doing a good job of keeping that in front of him. Morin. Good possession to the near side. Now over to Torres. Torres just a little too soft to pass, trying to play it off to Manziano. He'll track it down. Gets dispossessed, though, by Caden Chan. Knocked away, and that's a hard challenge there. Morin was looking incredulously. Again, these guys know how to only play at one speed, and one of the great teammates also a little worse for wear there, banged up at the tail end of that play. As a couple of players collided there and led to the foul being charged against Gray. As now we'll have a stoppage, 26:07 left to go, and again a player just being attended to as Tom Herr is the trainer at Fort Lee and is serving as the trainer here tonight in this All-Star game. Going to attend to the fallen player here over to the near side for the gray side. So again, just the injured timeout right now here on the field as one of the great players down, being looked at, might have fallen awkwardly on his side or on his back. Again, you're watching coverage of the 2022 Bergen County Boys Soccer Coaches Association Senior All-Star Game here on the Fort Lee Athletics YouTube channel. I'm Dan Long, joined alongside by Dimitri Nanis, Andrew Park atop the press box, working behind the camera. The goal for this game is to give the top 44 players in Bergen County not only just one last opportunity to play in the high school level, but to more importantly give these players a chance to play and showcase their talents in front of college coaches here at this event. Bergen County Boys Soccer Coaches Association also has hosted a food drive tonight. Players, coaches, and spectators donated bags of non-perishable food items to those less fortunate during this Thanksgiving season. It's good to see the injured player walking off the field again, just kind of holding his side. And it was a hard collision between the two sides. Again, right now with Tom Herr having his hand on his back, cannot fully identify who it was. So hopefully we'll see them back in this game relatively shortly. After all of that, it is going to be a free kick taken to the near side for the green team, as it's going to be Nick Marino setting it up with the ball at around the 30-yard line of the near side. Like the injured player was Nicolo Bonagiorno of Tenafly, number 7 in gray. That one is whipped over to the near side and handled easily. So Marino was trying an offering from deep and trying to see if he could maybe sneak that near post side. So Bongiorno is the injured player. Again, he seems to be okay as he was walking off to the far side and subbed on for him. Green has it. Now Green making their way back into the offensive end. Matthew. Played up top. Deflected. Last touch out of bounds off of Gray. So once again, Green continues their assault up the offensive end of the field. They've been dominating possession here in the second half in the offensive third. They have nothing to show for it just yet. Coming up on 15 minutes now, having gone by here in the second half. It still remains a 2-0 lead for Gray. Zach Spence of Glenrock got the goal scoring going. Past the midway point of the first half for the Gray team, they would tack on another goal courtesy of Dan Geltrude. And that would double their advantage to this current 2-0 lead. Played over to the near side. Stepping up, good interception there. Marino triggered that interception. Now the counterattack. Marino takes the shot from distance. And that one had some serious velocity on it as well. Went high and wide. That's kind of been the story of this game so far. Green with a lot of their shots. They look threatening and promising, but they've always elevated a little too high. And sometimes that they haven't, they've had the unlucky fortune of just having it ricochet off the top of the crossbar. Now down the middle of the field, here goes Gray. Lofting that one to the far post side, just a little too long as they had a runner going down underneath that one. As that'll go out for a goal kick. And again, if you're just joining us, there was a moment of silence produced early on before the start of today's game for the passing of Jerry Lewis. Jerry Lewis, who was the man who started the Bergen County Soccer Tournament Former head coach at Hackensack and Rampo, was the president of the Referee Association and a signer as well. And one of the architects of Bergen County soccer history. So again, we think of Jerry Lewis, who just passed away, and what his contributions are. And on a night like tonight, when we honor Bergen County soccer, what he has meant to so many different soccer players throughout the course of his tenure in Bergen County. 23 minutes and counting left to go. Again, another shot from distance, but that's going to be easily taken care of by Morales. He's been busy since coming into this game after Kyle Tenza started off in net for Gray. Catalan has been the lone keeper on the other side for Green. Hasn't really been forced into that much work here in the second half. Will this game open up significantly if Green scores a goal here to cut this deficit in half to 2-1? Gray has been a little content with playing more of a defensive structure, as that's knocked out of play to the near side. Getting to that one was Zach Spence, number 10, defensively for Gray. Now Morin trying to play that on one touch, long down the far side to Lee. Lee gets to it, just in front of that far sideline. Left it off for a teammate. Good defensive work, but Green does deflect it out of bounds. Last touch to the far side. It'll be a throw-in for Gray as we're coming up on the midway point of the second half. Played back to Morin. On the far side, losing the possession. But still one over to the near side. Now Manziano. Up top to Spence. Spence with a back heel. Nice move there to Manziano, as that's pushed out of bounds to the near side. Manziano and Spence familiar with one another, playing in the NJIC. Glenrock and Waldwick, respectively. Opportunity now for Matthew to go long with it to the far side on the diagonal ball. Good recovery defense, though, by Gray, trying to shield off the attacker. Do a good job there. And then just getting it to the keeper to handle it. Settled down to the near side by Morin. Morin trying to send that one long to the far side. As again, we've reached the midway point to the half, and this is what we've seen also from the first half. A lot of wholesale changes and subs being made by the two coaches, trying to get everybody a chance to play in this all-star game. Get some fresh legs out there, see if there's a little more creativity as well. Great team with both goals coming in the first half. Green team has had the better of play and the more of the possession here in the second half, but still have not opened their scoring account yet in this game. And back on the field in front of us, Caden Chan, number 9, representing the home team that's hosting this event, Fort Lee, playing one final time on this Sugarman Sports Complex field for number 9 in green here today. He was one of the leaders for Demba Maine's side throughout the course of his varsity career. Catalan is no stranger to playing here, as Cliffside Park in the same American division of the Big North Conference as Fort Lee. Coming back to play that defensively was Daniel Morales, number 5 of Dwight Morrow. Yet another player that is familiar with this turf, having been part of the American division. That was a tough challenge and was knocked down initially by Morales. He had to handle that off his initial deflection. That was handcuffing him a little bit. Now into the midfield to Morin. Morin plays it up top. Gray trying to break out the other way. They've been choked off of possession here in the second half. The field really heavily being tilted in this direction from right to left. Now Gray, though, still trying to maneuver with it. And the whistle sounds, and it looks like it's offsides. The call to the near side with 18:45 and counting left to go here in the second half of play. It's now Green operating in their back line with Cameron Raymond, number 21 of Cresskill. Foot race one to the near side. Nice build up here to the near side by Spence. Centering ball. Getting it up top now. Newbart. And played it to the far side. Dushang now heading it forward for Green. Stolen away in the midfield. Green trying to spread it wide to the far side. To Justin Rua. Rua inside. That one shot, and it was maybe an initial save. Also got a piece of that far side post. What a build-up there. Justin Rua, every time the Cliffside Park senior has been on the field, he has been electric. And once again, Green has been hitting the woodwork here today.
Attention fans, there is a last call for the Snack Shack. There is a buy one, get one hot dog deal as well. Again, last call for the Snack Shack.
As Gray will operate with possession in the midfield, but again, stolen away from Morin. Now here comes Green the other way with Russo. Russo and Morin know each other from playing in the United Division. The two Catholic schools of St. Joe's and Bergen Catholic. Played over to the near side, and Gray has always had the answer defensively when they've had to trek back deep in their own box. 16:50 left to go here in this second half. Russo being shadowed by Morin. Played out of bounds. Last touch off of Zach Spence. With a throw in now for Green. Matt Garrido of Park Ridge, number 5. Will once again throw it in. Garrido, 6 goals, 7 assists on the season for 19 points. Pop forward by Gray. Back in the game is Tradici. He's putting the pressure on. He wins it away, chips it forward, and just shot it wide of the mark to the near side. Upset with himself because he had a chance to really finish this game off in style for Gray. It's still 16 minutes and counting left to go, but you just see the speed there. Tradici won the foot race, and then just with one little flick, seeing that the keeper was out of the net and off his line, was trying to get it by him, just could not hook it into the back of the net, just missed it wide to the near post side. Now Green will win back the possession. Seth Kaufman, number 13, getting a touch of it. Kaufman of Demarest, 10 goals on the season. Morin steals it away from him. Trying to find Tradici down the near side. Played back defensively by Raymond to his keeper. No goals from either team so far here in the second half, but this is kind of when the Gray team started to score their goals. Back in the first half, it was past the midway point on the scoreless first half. As Russo's pass will just be handled at the feet of Morales. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in and supporting these great student athletes from all fine institutions here in Bergen County. I'd like to thank the Bergen County Boys Soccer Coaches Association for once again having us do the broadcasts for you, courtesy of the Fort Lee Athletic Department. It's always an honor to be lending my voice to this event and joining the great guys who are behind the camera and behind the computer here at Fort Lee. There's a shot opportunity, but just kind of falling away, so they couldn't get a lot of velocity on the back of that one. Good job of maintaining possession, though, in the near side in the box. But again, no real chance for Kaufman to set and fire with it. Take it away down the near side. Dusheng doing a good job. Playing that back up top. Here's a shot from distance, and that one finds the back of the net. As the green team will get a goal courtesy of Dino Radoncic. Radoncic had 23 goals on the season for Ridgefield. And he fired that one from distance, and that gets the green team on the board and cuts that deficit in half to 2-1 with 14:03 left to go here in the game. So Radoncic finally gets the offense going here for the green team, and now we're going to have a mad dash here to the end of this game. Under 14 minutes left to go. 2-1 the lead for Gray.
Green team goal scored by Ridgefield's number 19, Dino Radoncic. Assisted by number 4, Ramapo High School's Cole Duchesne.
So Radoncic scoring the goal, getting Green back to within a goal themselves, and now they go down the other way. Here comes Gray trying to once again get in a position to reclaim a 2-goal advantage, but a whistle had sounded already. So 13:20 and counting left to go here in the second half. First goal of the second stanza now goes to Green. Gray scored both of their goals in the first half. So now it's going to be a free kick awarded to Green on the far side of the field. They're going to say that instead it should be a throw-in. So Green will throw it in with now 13 minutes and counting left to go in this second half of play. Over to the far side it goes, out of bounds. Now Gray back with the possession. Under the bright lights here, the Sugarman Sports Complex in Fort Lee, New Jersey. Now over to the far side. Knocked down by Morin. Morin dispossessed. Replay on. Clean challenge. Here comes Green in the open field. Radoncic, who just had the last goal of the game, trying to swing it over to his left foot. Good defensive work as you feel the intensity starting to ratchet up a little bit here. Now the whistles sound, and it's going to be a foul whistled against Green, so it's going to be a free kick awarded to Gray. Not your typical all-star game. We've seen some hard challenges here tonight. Fouls committed, a couple of crossbars hit in the first half for Green. Green team finally breaking through here just moments ago on the strike by Dino Radoncic. Again, Radoncic, a senior representing Ridgefield High School, 23 goals, 8 assists for 54 points this senior season alone. Over 130 points in his career for Ridgefield. Played out of bounds, and now it's going to be a throw-in here for Gray. Coming up on 11.5 minutes left to go in regulation. Daniel Morales will throw it in. Trying to post up down low, just couldn't get the possession at the feet. Now Green breaking out to the near side. Knocked out of play off the foot of Zach Spence after Caden Chan, Fort Lee's own, getting it to his feet. Caden Chan has scored plenty of goals on this field. That's a deflected chance from up top in the center of the scoring area. Now a breakout goes the other way for Gray. The way that Green's been playing, it's feeling like 2 goals might not be enough for Gray to really feel secure about this win. Still over 10.5 minutes left to go in regulation, and Green is clawing closer and closer. That last buildup that was started with Caden Chan nearly found its way once again to Radoncic, who's already shown his ability to strike it accurately from distance. Down by Dusheng, who's credited with the assist on that goal. Now the far side, winning the possession on the far side is Green. They try to maneuver, and they're going to say last touch, though, off of Green as they try to make a spin on the end line. And it goes down for a goal kick. So coming up on the final 10 minutes of regulation. Capping off another great year of tremendous soccer here in Bergen County, New Jersey. Last touch off of Gray, so it's going to be a throw-in just alongside the corner flag on the far side. We've seen Justin Rua's ability earlier in this game on the other side of the field of how he can really throw this one in. Almost like a corner. You see the strength there. He throws it into the middle of the box. It pinballed down a bit, but eventually was cleared down. Now it's Gray trying to get to it. Good defensive work there by Raymond, but eventually Gray comes out of the pack with it. Raymond was all over Tradici. Now Tradici trying to get to it, but offside flag is up. He had the opportunity earlier on when he checked in past the midway point of this second half. Tradici had a chance with just one flick to make it a 3-0 lead at that point of the game. Just missed wide. Green has taken advantage of their opportunities here in the second half. They pull to within one as Caden Chan will throw it in. Up top to Garrido. Now to the far side to the goal scorer, Radoncic. Over to the far side. 8:25 and counting as Morin sends it up to the middle of the field, knocks it off the shin of his teammate. Trying to get to it was Geltrude. Over to the far side. That's popped up into the box. Trying a one-timer attempt was Caden Chan. The Fort Lee Bridgeman was trying to score one final time here at home. Racing after it to the far side was Hilowatz. And the leading goal scorer in the county. Now it's a steal. Here's an opportunity, a breakaway. Tradici, 1v1, takes the shot and missed it to the far post side. Catalan did a good job of ranging out to disrupt that shooting angle. And once again, Vincent Tradici, one of the stars of Ramsey's sectional championship winning team, missed one to the near post side earlier in the half, and he's frustrated after missing, trying to sneak that one in to the far post side to put this one to bed. So this game ventures on. 7:20 and counting left to go. Still remains a 2-1 deficit for Green. Because they're pressing up, that's leading to a little more room to roam for some of the strikers up top for Gray if they can get to it. Played over to the near side to Chan. Chan's pass, though, intercepted. Trying to play it forward, though, was Geltrude. His pass was intercepted. Geltrude right now would have the game-winning goal. His goal made it 2-0 at that point in the first half. Morin trying to send that one up off the back of the defense, and offside was going to be the call anyway. Catalan got to it in time anyway. 6.5 minutes left to go in the second half. Will Green be able to produce another goal, a tying goal here in the second half? Or will Gray just have enough to salt this one away for a win here in the Senior All-Star game? Give and go on the far side, but offside is the call. To the chagrin of those fans assembled here cheering for those wearing green. Again, it's been a fun night. Good weather, big crowd here celebrating these student athletes on their terrific seasons and their final foray, their last hurrah here at the high school level. Play down that far side. Nice move there. Give and go. Now Green advancing up the far flank. Centering ball in front, and Morales tried to smother it up. Could not get to it in time. Ball is still loose up top. Green will try the swinger in. Matt Marinich from distance, and the Demers senior could not get it past Morales. As we close in on the final 5 minutes of play. Long ball down the near side. Taken off the bounce to the near side. As Gray will have this one just go out of bounds to the side of the corner flag. So no corner, just going to be a throw-in deep in the offensive third. Down to the chest of Spence. Spence trying to be blocked off, but fouled on the play by Caden Chan. So it's going to be a free kick here for Gray. It's coming up on 4.5 minutes left to go. Zach Spence of Glenrock, he had the first goal of the game. Gave Gray a 1-0 lead. He'll leave this service opportunity for Connor Morin. Morin sends that one long to the far side. That'll go out of play as we're trickling down to now 4 minutes and counting left to go. Again, special thanks to the hardworking guys that I get to work with throughout the course of the entire school year with the athletics department here at Fort Lee High School for all of their help in getting these streaming broadcasts up and enjoyable for you fans to enjoy for free on YouTube. Looking forward to getting back in the swing of things as the winter season approaches, and that is a hard contest right in the middle of the field. Morin will draw the foul and now send it long down the near side. Tradici with a centering ball up top of the box. Popped away by the green side. Now coming down the field. How many more opportunities will present themselves for Green? Trying to get around that last defender. Ernich on the near post side, left it behind, and that shot, a give-and-go attempt, was just elevated a little too high. A beautiful build-up. Marinich was giving it back to Jaden O'Neill, and he sent that one just high of the mark as he was trying to finish what would have been an equalizing goal here in the second half. Still remains a 2-1 lead for Gray with now under 3 minutes left to go. Played over to the near side for Green. Now up to the Chan in the midfield. Chan playing it forward. Kaufman trying to get to it. Gray was trying to say that it was knocked off of him last, but it looks like that will not be the case. It's going to be a corner surrendered by Gray on defense. So Green with another opportunity here with a set piece in the corner on the near side. Fans starting to get loud as well, cheering for Green to come up the field. There's a header attempt, and Kaufman just couldn't angle it to get it on net. Coming up now on just 2 minutes left to go. Love the energy in this facility as well, as this has been a fun night, a great atmosphere, and again, a great testament to Bergen County soccer. How many more chances will Green get here as we're coming in now under 2 minutes left to go? Or will Gray have their third goal of the game coming up? There's a challenge in the midfield. Morin, who's been the recipient of a couple of hard challenges against him, fouls there. As we resume play to the near side. Russo. Stood up on the near side by Spence. Now Morin. Play to his back line. Under 90 seconds left to go. Stepping up Dushang. Now Green playing it up top to Kaufman. Kaufman left at his feet. He's trying to bring that up. It's Manziano for Gray. Here's an opportunity in the box. Open man in front, and that one was mishit. Ball's played back. Kaufman trying to get it to Chan. Left behind, a shot. What a save by Barales. A scramble here near the end of the game with under 1 minute left to go. Radoncic was almost having it on a golden platter there for his second goal. He had a perfect opportunity in front, just couldn't get it cleanly. And then the ensuing scramble led to a couple of opportunities. Barales coming up big with a save to preserve the lead. Gray clears it down the length of the field the other way. 30 seconds left. Catalan will try to get it up top. Stolen away in the midfield for Green. What an ending to this all-star game. Now up the field, 20 seconds left. Caden Chan, the Fort Lee product, getting it knocked away. Chan, centering ball, up top, a shot, a save by Barales on the near post side. 9 seconds and counting left. Everybody coming forward. Can Green get a shot opportunity off here? 2 seconds left. Here's the pass at the buzzer. Barales for good measure punts it away, and what a way to finish this 2022 Senior All-Star Game. Lucas Barales was sensational. At the very end there, a couple of dazzling saves to preserve the lead for Gray as the green team threw the kitchen sink at them, just could not find the equalizing goal. So that will end our coverage of a sensational All-Star game, and what a fitting way to finish the 2022 soccer season here in Bergen County. A final score, the Gray Team 2, the Green Team 1. Goals scored on Gray by Zach Spence of Glen Rock and Dan Geltrude of Rutherford, and the lone goal of the game for the Green Team, Dino Radoncic striking that one home. And Lucas Morales, sensational in goal in the second half. Kyle Tenza pitched a shutout, a clean sheet in the first half for Gray. And Jonathan Catalan doing a great job as well in net for Green. So that'll do it for our broadcast coverage here from the Sugarman Sports Complex in Fort Lee, New Jersey. Special thanks to our cameraman, Andrew Park, our producer, Dimitri Nanis, and I'm Dan Long saying so long, and we'll see you next year for this All-Star game brought to you by the Bergen County Boys Soccer Coaches Association. Have a happy Thanksgiving, everybody.